All right, so a lot of coins are in green. Are we back in the bull market, guys? What do you think? Maybe not. Because if you pay close attention, you'll notice a lot of them, well, most of them, have lost significant value, dropped from its all-time high. Some of them lost 90% more, some of them kind of dead. Insane, guys. Also, the Wonderland controversy, people losing so much of money, life savings. Insane. I'm going to talk about all the stuff in a bit. And also, we'll talk about Telos, which just came under my radar recently. I knew about Telos for quite some time. Never, there's so much in crypto that it's just impossible to get involved with every single project, guys. So I try to keep things limited. And if you look at my watch list, I do have quite a few. I'm invested in some, and the rest are just I'm interested in and I'm exploring. Okay, I don't want to get overexposed to the market right now. I need to see an uptrend in order to get involved with more projects. Right now, currently, I do plan on creating different playlists. All right, so here's the deal. First of all, if you're new to my channel, before I forget, subscribe. Okay, I do plan on creating playlists, and I am planning on cleaning up my channel, revamping. There's some videos which I don't know, some thumbnails and stuff, maybe some garbage. I have to check it out. Most of the stuff I've created, the content guides, they're still relevant, so feel free to check it out. Like I mentioned, I will organize them into playlist for your convenience. Okay, and yeah, some of the altcoins I've talked about. Well, don't embarrass me right now. The market is uncertain. It's not my fault. You get it, right? Be cool. All right. So here's the deal. Also, follow me on Twitter. Okay? If you don't have an account, get one, and just follow me. I have the links in the description. I love to create videos as much as possible, but I can't do so. But I can tweet as much as possible, and I try to keep it relevant. So if you're into crypto, NFTs, metaverse, you want to be early into projects. I don't like to pump bags or anything. You will never see me do that, and that's one of the reason I'm the unapologetic rebel. Okay, so follow along, follow my tweets, and let's begin. 4 hours ago, I tweeted this out. I plan on creating 2 videos. This is the one. Okay, second one that's coming up probably 3-4 hours after this. That's going to be on NFTs on Chronos Chain. Initially, I wanted to create just one video, like combining all the NFTs and everything together, but I think it's gonna get long and boring, I guess. So I decided that I will just break them down based on ecosystem. For example, NFTs on Chronos Network, NFTs on Terra, etc., etc. Okay, and I will put them on playlist NFTs. Fair enough. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe. And what else do I have? All right, let's discuss about agenda today. I'll try to keep it simple and short. I'll talk about the crypto market in general. I'll talk about some of the possible scenarios and see what's happening, what's coming. I'll talk about Telos versus MTV. As mentioned, Telos came under my radar recently, and I'm not involved in it. I just want to play along and see what happens. Maybe I don't want to touch it right now. It just broke its all-time high, and it's happening because it's I believe they have a lot of DApps that just came out. Also, they have a DEX, a lot of yield farming going on, and that's people are just taking advantage, riding the wave. So I'm going to talk about this real quick, compared with MTV. Just a quick comparison, just because I'm going to get to that in a bit. All right. And I'll talk about a little bit about time, because a lot of people are having a very bad time, no pun intended, guys. But it's disgusting what happens in this crypto space. As much as I enjoy poking fingers and making fun of bag holders of shitcoins and all that kind of stuff, I've made some losses when it comes to rebase tokens. I did mention on my last video 2 days ago, leaked info. Feel free to check it out. Even the end of time, I mentioned here, end of time. I've clearly mentioned that I like to experiment with tokens before I present them to you, and I'm very clear on what to expect. All right, if I'm putting out a meme coin and a rebase token or whatever, our DGen stuff, the risk is really high. And I will tell you as it is. I cannot just promote a coin, which I never do. This is the one thing you will never see me do, promote a project. I mainly stick around with the main layer 1 tokens, the top ones. If you look at my watch list right now, it's just not possible to pump because they're like in decent mid to large market cap, safer tokens. Okay, I love to yield farm, get dividends, and recently I got involved with the Cosmos ecosystem. I'm loving it. I have a lot of Cosmos stuff to give. All right, so stay tuned for that. Terra Luna, Cosmos, Crow, Secret, and that's about it. Cadena probably, and a couple of others. Okay. All right, so let's see what's happening. I mean, this is crazy. Look at Telos. Telos is just going nuts. All right, let's see. First of all, I'm gonna read out some of the news. Okay. And I'll tell you, just give you a little bit. I don't want to talk, too much about time. A lot of people lost money. I just want to touch on it and tell you what's happening. Okay. And that's it. So let's see what's popping. For some reason, Atom, Cosmos is the ecosystem is down. If you look at this, Luna, Secret, Osmo, Atom, they are like on the same SDK, right? I mean, obviously on Atom, and they're down. Well, it's not a big deal because Atom actually was pumping earlier on, pretty big, and it needs to cool down a little bit, so it's totally fine. Juno has a lot of airdrops coming up. I'm gonna save that for another day, okay? Like I mentioned. So let's stick to the topic. Let's see what's going on. All right. Hackers. Metaverse mortgages can now finance your virtual real estate. That's insane. Guys, Metaverse is not going anywhere, okay? NFTs are not going anywhere, although they are really overvalued at this moment. I have to be the bearer of bad news, but this is not bad news. It's just the reality. A lot of people are coming out with NFTs projects every single day, and they will try to milk the trend. That's what they're trying to do. If you don't understand NFTs, never bought any or whatever, and someone's trying to feed you with BS like get onto this project, is gonna be big, or compare it with BAYC or CryptoPunks and stuff, ignore. It's just noise. Okay? Most of them will end up nowhere. It's just a quick cash grabs for the project owners and the promoters or whatever it is. And it's just a fact. It's coming out from the guy who actually has experience with a lot of NFTs recently on Chronos, and I do have quite a bunch on Ethereum as well. And I did talk about them if you just yesterday. I talked about Multivac, NFTs, Alex Becker, and other talking, whatever. Just check it out, okay? If you're interested. It was a almost close to 4 hours long. Only a few people will watch this because it's a pure alpha and raw, not PG-13, okay? But it's real. So I bet you'll find a lot of alphas, which a lot of people would never discover. That's a reality, okay? So you're the early bird. You watch me. This is your reward. Simple as that, okay? Let's get back. My deal is Metaverse NFTs, they're overvalued. It's just impossible for them, like at this moment, my personal opinion, I'm not touching them. I'll wait. I want to see an uptrend. Powell, inflation, this guy is just dragging this whole thing. He talking about uncertainty. This is what's going to happen. They're holding a meeting in March where they're going to discuss about this interest rate hikes and all that kind of stuff. That will again, drag the market down. You're going to see some bloodbath in the market. I don't know. I'm just guessing. It's really hard to predict anything in crypto or in this world in general. Things have changed. They're changing in such a rapid space. Like, it's insanity, guys. Just look at Wonderland time. 3 months ago, it just started like booming. Everybody was talking about it. Within like 3 months, there was so much expectations from this so-called Frog Nation. So guys, Frog Nation, you're welcome to Rebel Nation. Rebel Nation welcomes you. Okay, I sympathize with the bag holders and the ones who have lost like significant amount of money. I've heard like people put six figures and they've lost like pretty much 90% of that, because if you closely look at this, Wonderland is going pretty much nowhere at this moment. Okay, I don't see it go anywhere. I mentioned this quite a few times, and I'm going to touch on that because there's a lot of controversy going on the founders and everything. And based on all these things, it's just not possible, guys. Okay, just try to be real. If you're just having fake hopiums, I mean, I don't see a reason to give you fake hopiums where you're just expecting something which is totally unrealistic. It can happen if you believe it. That's totally up to you. But when I don't see it that way, I'm gonna give it to you as it is, okay? And the rest is totally up to you. I'm not here to influence your decision. It's totally up to you. It's your money. All right. So NFTs, metaverse, they are here to stay. However, like I mentioned, I need to see what's going on in the market. I have to see an uptrend. Once everything clears up, then maybe I'll pick up some of the tokens on my list, and I'll talk a lot about them later on. Okay. It's just heated up. The gaming market, the industry, everything is heated up. Anybody who feeds you with all those things, sure, some of them will go up. They're creating the land, the news. It's all positive. You will have a lot of bullish news on NFTs and metaverse and every single day. That's totally fine, you know. However, the market doesn't look so good to favor or to back up that news, right? It doesn't matter how much bullish of a news that comes out. If the market, the inflation and everything, it just impacts the whole world. You get the point? So anyways, guys, I don't want to talk about all those politics and the dirty stuff that goes on between in and here. Let's see what's going on, okay? So metaverse is good. It's gonna be here. I'll wait for it, and there's some good tokens, but I'll pick up when, you know, and I'll discuss that when it comes, okay? And also, like I mentioned, NFTs, some of them will be good, some of them will be well, most of them will be zero. You gotta be very careful because it's a trend. People are just trying to find to milk and give it to the, you know, new people. So you gotta be careful. And I will, like I mentioned, I'll create a separate video later on, and feel free to follow along and see what you can learn, because I'm just gonna give you exactly as how I see it, and also give you give those people who are interested to create projects on NFTs, you can get some point out of this. What makes some projects take off versus some don't, the pricing points, the community, and etc, etc. What I've noticed, that's all I'm going to give it to you. So whether you're a creator of NFTs or whether you're an investor or collector, I bet or I believe you're going to find something useful, okay, to take away from it. Cool. All right, so this is out. Insanity though, that how far we have come. People getting mortgages to buy real estate, like in metaverses. Like, oh man, it's insane, right? It's coming. All right, so here, hackers moved 3.5 billion worth of Bitcoin from. This is insane, guys. This is actually latest news. Backed actors will have a tough time cashing out the stolen Bitcoin as most of them are blacklisted. I don't want to read the entire story. It's pretty short, so let's see what's up. Large amounts of Bitcoin stolen from the cryptocurrency exchange Bitfinex 6 years ago were moved by hackers. Yo, this is insanity. 3.55 billion. It's not million, it's billion. 94,000 have been moved in 23 transactions from a wallet associated with the theft from Bitfinex in 2016 to a new address blockchain analytics firm Elliptic said. This origin from theft suffered by Bitfinex. Okay. The question is, how are they planning to cash it out? Tornado cash or something? It's not gonna be easy, guys. And I'm not here to discuss how to cash out black money. Hey, come on. That's not me. I don't go against ethics or legality. That's not Rebel. Rebel challenges authorities. So, in other words, the latest movement of the hack coins presents little downside risk to Bitcoin. At present time, the cryptocurrency was trading largely unchanged on the day near 38,500. Alright. Let's keep this out. Biden moves to regulate Bitcoin. Another thing. Anyways. However, Bitcoin managed to outperform the S&P 500 over the course of the past week, which is not so bad, despite fears surrounding the Federal Reserve raising rates in response to high inflation. Okay. What does Biden's executive order on cryptocurrency mean for adoption in the United States? Regulation concerns arise as the Biden administration prepares to release an executive order in Feb to regulate Bitcoin as a matter of national security. The concerns that are likely to be highlighted are Bitcoin's impact to the US dollars and global reserve currency, difficulty in tracking wealth for taxation purposes, Bitcoin's use in ransomware, and the lack of legal liability for DAOs, digital autonomous organizations, guys. Yeah, rebase tokens and so much of those. As there are many people in positions of power in the US government with conflicting views on Bitcoin, it is hard to predict whether the executive order will have a positive or negative impact on the industry. Hmm. On the other hand, Arizona Senator Wendy Rogers introduced a Senate bill to make Bitcoin legal tender. Guys, that's big. If that happens, a state legalizing Bitcoin as a legal tender, like I mentioned, there will be a lot of bullish news in a bearish trend. It's gonna be insane, guys. You'll have a lot of good news about Bitcoin, about the whole industry. However, it's gonna be hard to see the market move significantly. We probably might stay in a certain range for quite some time, and it all depends on the economy. It's just the reality, guys. If people don't have money, how are they gonna put it into the stocks or crypto? If they are tapering, if they take out money from the economy or raise the interest rates, people won't be able to take out loans to put in growth stocks or invest in stocks or crypto or assets. You understand what I mean? I'm not trying to be negative, but it's just how it is. However, I believe in this whole system, and I know we are gonna see crazy, crazy, amazing days, and that's how it is. You gotta be patient, and the regulations are not exactly bad. It doesn't have to be bad. However, there are some politicians, and they're gonna mess it up, which is nasty, insider trading and all the BS. On top of that, the icing on the cake, there are a bunch of influencers, the top ones, unfortunately, in our industry, not doing any good to us. Poison. They're poison, guys. They're and it's good to see a lot of underdogs are stepping up to actually expose those people, and that's a good thing. We need to get rid of those things. If you keep getting rug pulled by investing thousands of dollars, if you get rug pulled through NFTs, buying garbage art pieces with no utilities or whatever, buying meme coins or tokens that will lose value or don't deliver anything, practically you're putting yourself in the worst position ever. And things are not turning out so good right now. Okay, you need to make wise decision. The last thing you want to do is put your money in a token or listen to an influencer and just get involved in a pump and dump. That's all I can tell you. Okay, so this Wonderland controversy, let's get to this. Before I get to this, let's talk about let's actually finish off a couple of other stuff, and let's actually talk about the Wonderland mess, because it does affect the entire crypto space. It will have an effect. It was $1 billion market cap, guys, that just got nuked, and that's not a joke. Okay, so let's see what do we have. And yeah, this is out. I need to keep this off. There are a couple other news. Let's see if there's anything interesting. SEC proposed rule on exchanges could threaten DeFi. Yeah, there will be a lot of crazy, dumb news. India to introduce, we talked about this, 1 billion worth of ETH burned. Wow, that's a lot. I'm always bullish on ETH and Bitcoin in the long run, and I'm not gonna see. I don't mention ETH and Bitcoin all the time, because these are the top two you should be, or you could be, or well, I cannot tell you what to do. Not a financial advice, but I would dollar cost average. That's what I would do every time at the bottom, like whatever, just dollar cost average, just a little by little, 0.001 ETH or 0.001 BTC, just dollar cost average on those and put in the hardware cold storage and just forget about that. That's just what it is. And the other coins which we like to discuss, which I like to discuss, clearly these are on my list. Cosmos, we have I'm going to talk about a lot of all these stuff down the road, like I'll break them down. I'm just getting started, guys. But if you notice something, I do not have shitcoins here right now, obviously, and like I mentioned, most of the tokens I'm involved in right now are huge. They are like safer, top layer ones mainly. These are not just a new project that's starting up or just a couple of million market cap. I will mention those down the road. I don't mind talking about new projects and etc, etc. This is the name of the game. For example, I love Multivac. Yeah, I'm not biased, but I'm an investor, and I like to talk about projects which I'm invested in. Okay, and then of course you can make your own decision. You don't have to invest in the same projects, and there's no way I could pump maybe I could pump multivac because it's still in, let's see, it's pretty much, it's short. Come on, multivac, where are you? Yeah, it's in 25 million market cap, which is pretty tiny. This is one of the only token on my list which you'll notice is pretty tiny, right? Most of them, if you talk about even Credo, probably is tiny. But anyways, I don't want to talk about any of those right now because that's not on the agenda, that's on the list. But I do want to talk about Telos real quick and Multivac. And then let's talk about the Wonderland shenanigan and then end this, okay? So what's the deal with Telos? Telos, earlier on, let's talk about Telos, and because I was thinking Multivac has so much potential, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to compare. I said this, right? Like Multivac versus MTV. The reason I wanted to just compare is because Multivac and MTV, right? Let's just pull the chart up quick. If you look at Telos chart right now, it was tiny though. It was right now months ago. It was in early, I would say July last year. It was trading around 10 cents, 20 cents, pretty low, and then started taking off recently from last year. The all-time, like look at this. It did fall on Jan 10th, which was 47 cents almost, right? And then started to take off right here, which just recently, which is 27 Jan. That was 3 days ago. So I wanted to find out what happened, and then I realized they have their DEX. They have a couple of DApps right now, and currently they are sitting at 297 million market cap. 297 million, right? Which is interesting because all of a sudden when you look at the coin and it's booming in a bearish market, bearish trend, right? It kind of shocks you or surprises you, like, hold on, what the hell is happening? Kind of confusing. And who doesn't want to hold a coin like that? Like, imagine that, right? Imagine holding this right now in a crazy market rate, you know? Of course, I'd love to. But I don't hold any. So here's the thing. This is just a thought. Quick thought. I'm not even asking this is possible or predicting. I'm just saying quick thought. 297 million market cap, Telos, and close to its all-time high. If you look at 3 hours ago, like I mentioned, it did break its all-time high, $1.20. If you look at the supply and circulating supply, even and total supply, they seem very decent. 355 million. That's pretty tight compared to the circulating supply. I don't know the entire tokenomics right now, so I don't want to talk about that. However, looking at the tokenomics, I mean, the supply looks decent. Market cap is 297 million, which is very decent. When you compare them with FTM, I'm just doing this for the sake of it, okay? FTM is like 5 billion. So if it could reach that level, because I see potential, I believe in the future down the road, there'll be hundreds of layer ones. All will be out there popping, and Atom, Cosmos, probably internet of blockchains. They will bridging, they connect everything together. So developers will have their own choice wherever they want, whatever they want to choose. Layer ones, Telos, MTV, Multivac, FTM, whatever they want to choose. I just feel like that. So everything has a chance as long as the developers, the ones behind the team, like the Telos or Multivac, the team, they work on the roadmap, they deliver as it is, that's the promise. Keep up with the community, they keep up with the Twitter. Multivac, you gotta keep up with the Twitter account, guys, and also tweet some good stuff. All right. So here's the deal. Just a quick thought, guys, and I don't want to drag this video longer than 40 minutes. It's just tough, but since I'm doing this and I try to keep it raw, I barely do editing because I suck at it. I'm trying to get better. I work on this. So my videos are pretty straightforward. I do it with one take, and that's what it is. Okay. So here's the thing. Telos, 297 million, and if it does, like I said, if it does go up, because it does have potential of what's coming, which I noticed just yesterday. I still have to research and do a lot more. Today I opened an account with them, and I have the Anchor wallet and etc. And they have everything is explained, and it's very straightforward. This is how you do it if you want to buy it from KuCoin. And so I want to play along, like I want to play with them, like just to see what happens. And the couple of the projects, one was I forgot, Omni something. It was OmniDex. This is the one. Check this out. OmniDex 16 The APR is 1000%. This is exactly how a lot of people make significant money in yield farming because they're early. I'm just giving it to you. I'm still thinking. I just have so much on my table right now, and since I just got involved with the Cadena and a lot in Cosmos, it's just insane. I'm trying to play with Juno and other stuff, but I'm just giving it to you guys. If you're interested, maybe check it out. Charm at this moment, the token is 16 cents. It did drop from its all-time high as usual when if you're not too early, people take profit, and that's how it is. But even if you take it from the bottom and if you get a decent APR, which is not going to last forever, but it's probably going to be here for a couple of months maybe, or maybe a month or several weeks, you could make your money back and more. So I don't know what else they have. You can check out they copied. This is a PancakeSwap fork basically. Okay, you can see they have Telos is their token. Here's the thing. So this is the mainnet here. I'm just giving you a quick gist right now. Okay, this is the mainnet. You have to understand how to actually get it from KuCoin, transfer it to your wallet, and then convert it to the mainnet token, and then transfer, and then connect, etc. It's not that difficult. But again, if you're interested, and I might cover this later on, I'm not too sure. It's just so tempting for me right now. It just seems, I don't know. I just get excited whenever I see something new. I also wanted to play with the Near protocol recently just because of this. So as much as I like to keep my stuff like narrowed down on my picks, etc., I love to explore, and I don't mind educating myself and finding new opportunities. Even if I don't get involved, maybe I can give it to you and you can get involved, right? I don't want to get overexposed to the market, but if you're underexposed and you want to add something to your portfolio and you find it interesting, you gotta do so. All right, we all can make money, and we all gotta make it, yo. Help each other out, give back, do something good. All right, so here's the deal. That's you can see the stats. Everything should be straightforward, and there are a couple more. If you get on their Twitter, and oh, there's the farms. You can see these are the farms here. The APRs are pretty high, decent. Look at this, AVAX and Charm, 1014, almost a 1400 APR. Insane, right? This is the reason people are, obviously this whole thing is booming because of the DApps and stuff, and this is very recent. I don't know what other apps they have. I probably will explore. There's a couple of others coming up. I exactly don't know right at this moment, but yeah, I can give it to you right now. But as I mentioned, if you follow their Twitter account, what Twitter does is they will give you relevant accounts like related to this account. You might also like to follow this, and that's how you can discover a lot more other projects based on this. Just one of the accounts. You get the point? So yeah, stay tuned for this. If I find this interesting, maybe I'll cover this. And let's talk to this. Let's finish this real quick. So if this actually, because this has decent potential, if you look at this whole ecosystem and go through some of the DApps and apps and etc., the smart contract looks very decent and could take off down the road in a bull market, So something to look at, and it's still tiny compared to a lot of other layer ones and etc. All right. Why I'm saying this, because now if you compare this with MTV, so guys, I'm telling you, so MTV team, if you're watching this, Telos did a really good job. If you check out their, they have a YouTube channel, okay, where they're educating people on the whole community, the whole stuff. Look at this, stream 7 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. The team is pretty legit. I don't know, I have no idea about the team or whatever. I'm just telling you this because if they didn't have anything going on, they wouldn't be streaming 7 days ago, 2 weeks ago. So based on this, it seems like they're active, right? They're active. They have a YouTube channel, 19,000 subscribers. Then they have, you can check out their Twitter account, which is pretty tight, 64,000, and they're active on Twitter. 10 hours ago, they do something called Tell Us Tuesday, which is really interesting. They connect with the audience and their investors, etc., which is really amazing, right? We could learn from this, or maybe projects, new projects. Like I'm trying to say MTV because I'm an investor and I love MTV. Right now, MTV is sitting at 24 million. If MTV could just come to Telos market cap and Telos goes to Phantom's market cap, just imagine, right? If Telos could be 297 million Why cannot MTV be in the same range? Just like all of a sudden you see this rise, Telos, because now there's a lot of things being developed and etc. And all of a sudden investors notice and they want to get in. What if Multivac does the same thing? Down the road, when everybody starts developing a Multivac, people start noticing on, all of a sudden you'll see the same spike. I'm just giving you the most positive outcome, all right, scenario on this. So whether we are back in the bull market or whatever, when things start developing on this ecosystem, I don't see a reason why, with proper marketing, and as mentioned, I've seen a lot of people talk about the roadmap, etc. The team has to come up with a roadmap. Even if you don't dox yourself, just like, I don't know if Telos is doxed, because the team is actually out there talking. If somebody could actually take charge, create a YouTube channel on MTV and interview the team, even if the team don't want to show their face, you could just do the audio or podcasting or whatever. There has to be some legit stuff, guys. These stuff build confidence and faith or whatever, trust in investors. And then if you talk about VCs and investors or whatever, I don't know, because I don't dig that. Like, you don't have to impress the VCs because they know why they're investing. But retailers, we are the main dudes who are, come on, like, we are the ones who are driving it, right? If you want us to get involved with such projects, you need to have the community together. You need to have Twitter together. You need to have your Telegram, all this together, guys. Like, keep up with it, okay? That's all I can tell you, Multivac. I'm a strong believer. I hold it. I'm dollar cost averaging. I'm involved in some of the NFTs like Multivorm, MTV Craniums. Might get involved with a lot more down the road, and I'll talk about them. Matter of fact, I love it so much that I have a separate playlist on Multivac. All right, and if you're an investor in Multivac, and if you are not subscribed to my channel, dude, I don't know what are you doing. Multivaxer, what are you doing, yo? If you own a Multivorm and you are not subscribed to my channel and not following me on Twitter, what are you doing with your life, Anon? Like, come on, we all gotta make it together. All right, so just do it right now. Just do it. Don't waste time. All right. All right, let's get out of the way. Now, since this is going all the way, let's keep it below 15 minutes. Is it possible? I like to give everything. That's just, gets me. Okay, anyways, guys. So, Telos is out. MTV, like I mentioned, I just have to compare with Telos because it just seems so doable. I just feel like I'm just looking at MTV and it feels like I'm looking at the next Telos or next Phantom. I'm just saying, once things take off, and if they have everything straight up with the tokenomics, with the supply and everything, because I still haven't played with it as much, I need to, and then I can actually give you more, okay? So yeah, stay tuned for that, and that's all I got for you for Multivac. Now, let's talk about the shenanigan and BS of time, Wonderland. And if you're holding time, I don't know. I'm just tired of the same old BS. Oh, I can't sell at a loss. Sometimes you need to minimize your losses. Can't give you financial advice, but you gotta do what's best for you. You wanna sell? Do you wanna sell something for $100, or you wanna sell it for $10, or you wanna ride it all the way to zero? That's up to you. No, I think it's gonna go above $100, if it's possible. Different scenarios, but some tokens, if you understand the past of the developer or what's happening, it's just out of the question, guys. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't see anything interesting here, so I'm gonna close this. And I already told you about the outcome, whatever happens, the inflation, this, that, just the same old BS. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. MetaMask joining forces with my crypto. This seems decent. This is gonna be pretty good. They will probably have a lot of options now. A Web3 solution for unifying Ethereum accounts in a single point of access. The announcement was made. This is good news. There will be good news every day, but that doesn't change the fact that the market is still not on our side yet. Right? I'm always bullish in a bearish trend or not in a whatever. It doesn't matter. You get the point? So let's see this now. This is where. All right. So time. It's just everywhere in the news lately. They're posting on Daniels 8 hours ago. Then again, look at this, Sifu 9 hours ago. Sifu moves thousands of ETH to Tornado Cash. He's trying to withdraw cash now. I mean, he's trying to take it out. I created again another video on this. I talked about time 3 times. 3 times. Time and time again. Time is a bad time. Oh my god. I don't know. Time is driving me nuts, yo. So 5 days ago, Sifu, nasty. Key takeaway. Recently outed. Oh man. Has sent 2,000 plus ETH to Tornado Cash. Alright. I guess I'm not gonna bore you with the same old news, but this is there. Why I'm showing you this? You really think after all these things floating in the news, the crypto Twitter and etc., people, taking note, this is good for Wonderland? Wonderland is trending. It's been trending for quite some time. Oh my god, bad time. Time. You get the point? You see this? Where do you think it's gonna go? I don't know, but just look at this, the entire mess. With all these things floating around, nobody's gonna trust this dude anymore. And I mentioned this. It's just difficult, right? So, anyways, let's just read this quick before I end this, alright? Better known for his pseudonym, XCFU appears to have sent 2,100 ETH worth around 5.85 million to Tornado Cash, a privacy protocol that allows users to obscure the Ethereum transactions over the last 13 hours. He's trying to cash out. Good for him. Trouble in Wonderland. It has been a difficult week for the Wonderland money community, but the trouble started before Sifu, his former treasury manager, was revealed convicted fraudster on Jan 27, the day before users had suffered significant liquidations while the time token was off its high by 95%. The Moimo token, meanwhile, was trading far below its so-called intrinsic value. You can see this. It's clear. So this is what it is, right? That's one. Second, look at this. Disgraced founder Daniel Sasser calls time on Wonderland. Frogs in meltdown as Wonderland turns into Black Forest. Out. Let's see this. I actually haven't read this. I wanted to read this. Maybe just read the key takeaway. Last week, Sifu, the pseudonymous treasury manager of Wonderland, was okay. Instead of immediately distancing himself from Patron Daniel, confessed he already knew about this past, publicly defended. This is exactly why I mentioned earlier on. Like, how do you defend a guy and you knew that this guy has multiple serial felon issues, like he was convicted multiple times, and yet you allowed him to handle billions of dollars in locked value like the treasury. I mean, it doesn't add up to me. And how do you expect to even come clean telling the world that you knew about this? You shouldn't even have said it, bro. Like, now you're in a mess. You know this guy was a convict and you allowed him to handle this billions of dollars. I mean, dude, you think that's a good thing? Like, people are gonna be happy about this? Like, dude. The same day, screenshots of different private conversations of Cecil came out, casting a shadow over his past life. This thing actually talks about his past, something he has done, which I don't know. I'm just reading it right now. Let's probably see, just real quick. I see. The company you keep. So, Dan built a name for himself in the decentralized finance space by, among other things, propelling a populist anti-decentralization and anti-venture capital narrative. The Frogs Nation holds stake is building DeFi that is anti-VC and anti-suites. But judging by his past actions, Sestegal adopted the narrative only recently. He apparently had no problem wearing a suit only a few years ago, while still being Zulu Republic CEO. Okay, there you go. That's the news. Furthermore, Sestegal's determination to entrust a convicted serial criminal with managing a 700 million treasury, even after finding out his real identity, raised many eyebrows within the community. On Sunday, he called for Wonderland to wind down due to divisions in the community, despite 50% of time token holding voting against it. Regardless of what happens to Wonderland, Sestegal's reputation has taken a serious hit. His past affiliations with individuals either alleged to have committed or convicted of financial crimes certainly won't help salvage it. Listen, guys, I just wanted to enlighten you because this is important. All this thing, if you don't call them out, if you don't call out bad people, bad influencers, and nasty stuff that's going on in the industry, this is gonna pull out. Basically, all these people are here for a quick buck. They don't care about the industry. All this bunch of influencers who are pushing shit coins and micro coins which are pumping and dumping, they're ruining the whole market, the industry as a whole. They're just here milking the trend, making quick buck, and they're gone. We are the one who are suffering in the long run. And then guess what happens? Things like this, the controversy, Wonderland and time and all this thing, as much as we are making fun of it, it still bothers us thinking about that it's affecting the entire industry as a whole. DeFi, right? Regulators, they will find all these kind of excuses and loopholes. Like they'll try to take all this, scrutinize, and try to come out with new regulations and whatever BS they can find, just to suppress it. So that's why it bothers me, and I'll do my best to my capability, like call out people, call out whatever I can. My main intention is to educate people and spread awareness, and that's it. I'll talk about the good and I'll talk about the bad, as it is. Give you guys my opinion, and at the end of the day, you have to do your own research. I'm just here to make your research easier, and that's it. Okay? So guys, stay positive, and also stay tuned for my next video, which is gonna come up very soon, probably in a few hours. I plan on recording it just after this one. Okay? So until then, stay strong, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I do plan on covering a lot of good stuff. Can't give you fake promises, okay? I do my best to keep up with a lot of stuff that's coming up, and do whatever you want. Don't get wrecked, and I'll see you soon.